Residents in West Columbia spent the day cleaning up after a microburst caused some storm damage there late yesterday. Some were fortunate to only have a few branches to pick up, but others, uprooted trees fell on their cars and homes. News 19's Rachel Ripp talked with residents today and has more.
It's not looking too great out here. I'm on C Avenue and Parsons Street in West Columbia, and this is the tree right here that has fallen onto a home. And as you can see, there's clearly roof damage. The homeowner tells me there's also possibly damage inside the home to the sheetrock, the ceiling, the walls, and also the electrical infrastructure. Now, I'm going to give you a closer look at how big this tree is. It's 32 inches in diameter, and it's completely uprooted with all of this mud coming up with it. You can see that the branches have also been cut off because crews have been out here today clearing up this mess, and clearly there's a lot of mess to be cleaned up.
That whole piece is wet. You can see that this piece has started to get wet.
The aftermath of a storm. It's never pretty.
To go off the clumpson, so this is kind of puts a damper on what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks.
Ed Welch's 50-plus-year-old hickory tree fell on top of his roof, branches caving into the attic and living room.
I didn't actually hear the tree fall. Only when I went back into the living room did I see I had a big hole in the ceiling and noticed that there was water gushing in.
Thankfully, Ed had church friends in the tree service business he could call on to be pushed to the front of the line for emergency.
Clean up the water that was on the floor, clean up any of the insulation that had come out of the ceiling. The living room, there was water coming out of the ceiling fan. So the water, we had to cut the power off to that room.
One woman living on Decree Avenue tells News 19 she came home from work to a large tree branch on her roof, and her 50-foot tree in the backyard completely uprooted. Taylor Harrison says her neighbor met her to help as soon as she got home.
I was fortunate that this tree kind of fell in the perfect spot. It missed a shed, it missed power lines. It didn't hurt my dogs. I have 2 dogs that were here by themselves.
Harrison says she plans to give back to her neighbors and offer them free firewood after her yard crew comes to help her clean up. Now, back at this house, the tree service company has been working to clear this house. They worked from about 7:30 this morning until 2 this afternoon. And as you can see, they put a tarp over the roof of the house. That's so that no rain can get in, because actually more rain is expected later this week. Reporting in West Columbia, I'm Rachel Ripp, News 19 WLTX.